Hello everybody, I'm Landa, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back. Today we have yet another WIP and Chat. So, grab out whatever it is you're working on. So, get your works in progress. And let's have a little ramble, shall we? Because knowing me, it will be a ramble. I am just going to section off this piece. I am thinking I am going to work on this much. It's not that much, but... So I use washi tape, in this case a really tiny version, and I run it over. Right. I also have a roll of washi tape that is done now. So yeah, I need to grab my scissors and a roll of washi tape again. Be right back. Well, that was a great start, wasn't it? But yeah, I thought I had a little bit more on this roll. But yeah, I have these really tiny, small rolls of washi tape. They came in a box. And I was like, you know what? For sectioning off canvases, especially like these big ones like this, it is for sure good. So why not use it? And I most of the times try to at least somewhat color match it. And now I am just going to, oh, sorry, bump you all over the place. Grab this down to where it touches the washi tape. And let's see, I'm grabbing, not this one, doesn't have magnets. Oh, I'm just going to grab these two. Grab my cover minders, slide this one underneath my canvas and plonk the other one on top and scoot it around where I want it. And I have a hair that's not wanting to cover it. And I'm just going to grab the other one in blue. And I'm doing the same. So, and yeah, now I have my paper back to this pink line of my bottom washi tape. So, in case you need ideas to how to section off your diamond paintings, this is one. This is the way I use for some of my other projects. I also use a line like this, but this works for this kit, so I'm just gonna do it like this. Let's grab out my pen and my tray, and let's start with black. For one or the other reason, Mandy Manzano pieces, or also I know Hannah Lynn has a tendency to have big heavy black lines, but at least like these stained glass looks or whatever heavy black outlined images, for one or the other reason I like to start with black. So are you the same? Do you like to basically outline your image first? Or do you start like at random? Because I know for these pieces, I most of the time start with black. But for like the other kits that aren't as black heavy, or at least not as outlined as this one is, I many times start with a color that is in the top right bottom, in the top right, in the bottom right corner, and then do that and start from right to left, or left, right down, right up, and then left, or something like that. And then when I need a color, I again go to the down corner on the right and go up and then see the first color I need then, and go on like that, and then basically fill everything in from right to left. No clue why I do that. Maybe because I'm right-handed, so it makes that if I touch the canvas, the chances are most likely that I will touch drills. I have no clue for sure. I'm just guessing here. But that's the way my brain works, and my brain is crazy, so you might do the same. Then it might be that I'm not as crazy as I think. Or you are just as crazy as I am. Which is also very much possible because you're watching me. No offense. No offense. I'm not saying that you must be crazy, but you might just need a little bit. At least a little bit of craziness. But yeah, how was your week? My week was interesting. That drill is not out there. Now it wants to go up, right? My week was strange. So, yeah. I had my moments where I wasn't the happiest. And, yeah. I sometimes feel that I'm a bit depressed. Which I'm not going into details about because I don't think you want to hear me ramble on about how I feel like. Yeah. So yeah, we're not going to talk about that, but yeah, I had a pretty big dip. And obviously also on that day I lost like 2 subscribers. I know it's win and lose, but most of the times it's like, not that I don't care, but it's like, oh well, I lose 1 or 2. Whoop-de-flipping do, no big deals. Give it a few days or a few weeks and I'll gain them right back. But when I'm in one of my down days, it affects me quite a lot. Luckily, I have here on my YouTube channel an amazing group of people which you most likely belong to because you are listening to me. But yeah, many times, many of you leave wonderful comments and they really lift my day. I actually am not a commenting person myself. I know, awful. I love comments, but I rarely give them. Well, not rarely, but to not many people. Let's say it like that. So yeah, it's either something important or you're really, really close to me. So yeah. But in my own defense, many of the times when I am watching YouTube, I am also filming my time lapses. So I don't want to stop my video every 5 seconds to comment on something. So yeah, if I don't comment on your videos back, sorry. I hope you're not offended. Sorry. But yeah. But yeah, so I had a pretty big dip, but luckily it was just a couple of days. I'm somewhat better now, but yeah, I feel a bit drained of energy for like the last year or something, but oh well. But yeah, I'll try to keep it happy, mostly. But yeah, had a rough couple of days, but also some good days. So, we'll take the bad with the good, so, oh well. Yeah, we also had a cat that scared the living daylight out of us. Because Luna had last week like 2 times where she jumped and she fell down. Yesterday, which is, as you might have known by me, yesterday was Sunday, so it is Monday when I'm filming this, as mostly usual. She tried to jump from the windowsill, and I don't know if her hind legs just weren't able to give her enough strength to jump, because her hind legs are problematic. She has, I think it's like an arthritis or something. But basically her kneecaps or either pop off her knees or just let's call it dislocate or something. And that is an issue for, since when do I know it at least? 2014? So about when she was 4 years old, and she will be turning 12 in June or July. I'm not bad that I don't exactly know when my cat's birthday is. I know one is the 1st of the month and the other one is the 10th of the month. And I know one is June and the other one is July. So I believe the one is June 1st and the other one July 10th. Or it's June 10th and July 1st. So yeah, it's always a bit like, who was when again? So yeah. But yeah, she scared the living daylight out of us because yeah, she tried to jump from the windowsill onto a chair we have standing pretty close to there. And I actually didn't see her fall. My husband did. And I only heard her coming down, basically. But he said that she hit her stomach on the arm of the chair. So, yeah, we kept a close eye on her throughout the day. And sometimes she didn't look real good. And at other times she looked okay. So we're like, yeah, we need to keep a close eye on her and see how she keeps doing. But yeah, luckily it looks like she just got maybe a bit scared and it was just a little bit painful, but today she's doing good, so yeah, she's getting a little bit old, so hopefully it isn't too bad. Because yeah, our cat's health aren't the best. Especially because she isn't already the best at climbing because of her legs. Well, she can climb perfectly because we have a floor-to-ceiling scratching post here, and she's the one that most of the times will lay in the top basket, like basically on ceiling level. But she also needs something to jump on, so she will not, just as Lucia will, she for sure will not climb like on the posts to go to a higher level. Oh, come on, do I already need to change out my wax again? Seriously. But yeah, Lucia will climb like on the post, like going up, but Luna needs to have something to hop on, so she will from the floor on top of one of those little holes that there is, to a shelf, to a basket, to a shelf, to somewhere else, and she will walk her way up. To say it like that, she will not actually climb it. On the upstairs we had a scratching post that had like a really big, tall, well, not that tall, but like at least 1 meter tall pole, and like one of those big, yeah, round thingies with a hole in it. Well, to get on top of the shelf that was on top of there, she jumped on the windowsill in the bedroom and then jumped on top of the scratching post, so she didn't need to jump as high. But yeah, we got the cats a new scratching post because we were already seeing when our other cat, Finn, our male, our scaredy cat, well, or half feral cat, I can better say. Lucius is a scaredy cat, he was just half feral. But yeah, when he was still alive, we are already saying like, ooh, they are already scratched through the rope on the scratching post. We need to look for a new scratching post. And yeah, he is gone for already 2 years, so... Because yeah, I was pregnant with our son at the time that we needed to put him down. And our son will be 2 next Monday. So yeah, it's birthday time in our family. My birthday was last week and my son and my husband are next week. So busy, busy, busy. So yeah, I don't know for sure if I next week will be filming on a Monday, might be on a Tuesday. But yeah, let's see. Yay, a purpley color or pinkish, reddish color. Haven't used this one much, so yay. But yeah, so we got a new scratching post that actually came in on my birthday, so I was like, yay, birthday present, a new scratching post. My husband put it together in the time that I made dinner. He actually came home early because he wanted to surprise me with a little gift on my birthday, which was really sweet of him. Normally we don't do a thing for each other, but sometimes we just like it. I also needed to go to the city center last Saturday, I believe we did that. Yeah, Saturday afternoon. Well, I did that. And I also got him a birthday surprise. I know it's more than a week early, but I know then that I was alone and he wasn't with me, so I could get something that he didn't see coming. Because if I would go on a Monday, if we even have time, then he would have seen it coming like from miles away, so that would not have been fun. But yeah, he got home. He actually ran past our living room window just so I couldn't see it, rang the door, and yeah, was stupid enough to stand too close to the window so I could see it through our window. We have one of those like not as good see-through windows. You can see shapes and colors if it's close enough, but yeah, as long as it's farther away you can see it. The glass we had before, I could see our car standing somewhat. At least I could see that there was a red car-shaped something. Well, by now I can't even see the red. And it's just on the other side of the road. So it's not that it's standing that far away. Just a couple of meters, but let's see. Yeah, I'm filming right. I was second guessing myself if I even pushed on the record button. So yeah. But yeah, so he rang the doorbell and obviously I opened. And he stood there with a box of chocolates and a bouquet of roses. So yay, I got spoiled a bit. But yeah, he arranged at work that he could go like half an hour early so he could pick me up something in the store and yeah, give it to me. And his co-workers were like, yeah, go, bye, see you tomorrow. Because yeah, he has really amazing co-workers. I actually know most of them. So yeah, they're really good guys. At least, yeah, at the moment they're guys. I know there was one lady who worked with them, but she's gone now, I think 2 or 3 years. But yeah, she was also amazing. But yeah, they work with like technical stuff, so most of the people there will be guys. That's a thing in certain professions. Some you see more women, some you see more men. Oh well. But yeah, he got me a little something and it was really sweet. But yeah, as soon as he got home, he was like, oh, what nice, the scratching post is here. Let me just, since you're not done with cooking yet, let me just try and see how far I can get it done. And he actually had it done before I had the dinner done, so yeah, it was nice. And then because we ate spaghetti, we needed to scrub the kits because, yeah, kits and spaghetti on a tomato base sauce. Yeah, if you have small kids, you know, the sauce is everywhere. Like everywhere. And you're one big, giant mess. But yeah, we cleaned the kids. By that time, it was already almost time for them to go to bed. So they went to bed. And then we just flopped ourselves on the couch because it was also date night. So that turned out really nice. And otherwise, we most likely also made it date night just for the fun of it. So yeah, we did last week's. We are doing on Netflix the Trivia Quest, which is really fun, but at the same time pretty annoying at times because, yeah, it's an America-based program and it's noticeable in the questions, which means that some questions are pretty hard if you're not from the States, because many questions go like things over cities, states, sports teams, and I don't know what team footballs where or plays soccer where or what basketball games are played by which team, and yeah, sometimes it's just a little bit hard. But yeah, it's still really fun. I think it's like throughout the complete month of April, every day there's one episode coming out, so there's 30 in total. And this Wednesday, so when I upload this, there will be we'll most likely will watch a couple, and then next week we most likely will do the rest. And yeah, when we have time that we're like, yeah, we don't want to watch another episode, or like the first week there wasn't another episode, we actually found a program which was really interesting. The program on Netflix is called Old Enough. And it is about a Japanese rite of passage almost, where little kids, and then I mean like little kids, like kids of my kids' age. Like kids from like almost 3, so I believe the youngest that I've seen was like 2 years and something like 9 or 10 months old. They go on a little errand for their parents. And actually one of my husband's co-workers lived in Japan for a few years. And apparently they talked about it a little bit before, because my husband saw that program. He's like, oh, he talked about that. It's like, apparently it's like basically a rite of passage where the whole neighborhood will basically be alerted, like, hey, he or she will be going out on an errand. So if there's something, they might ask help, or I don't know, or how it exactly went. But so basically there are people that can, well, watch out for the kids. So it's not that it's completely unsafe, but they're young kids. And sometimes they need to have an extensive list. I know there was one kid that was about 4, so about the age of my daughter, and she needed to grab 6 different items at 3 different stores. And obviously there are stores and things that the kids have gone to earlier, but yeah, in my opinion, it's weird. But I know it's completely normal there, but that's just a thing about cultures, and I like that. Don't get me wrong, I love it that cultures are so different. But here I for sure not in a million years would think about sending my daughter that is turning 4 in a couple of months. I'm not gonna send her to the shop here because that will for sure go wrong. But yeah, if we watch that show, it's also visible that many of the times there are, on those places, a lot less cars here. In fact, there, I need to say than here. Here you see, if it's a bad day, you see 20 cars before you're even out of the street where I live. Which is what? 100? 200 meters? No, I think that's too much. I think 50. At least the end of the street. Then you need to turn, and then you need to walk a couple 100 meters, and then you're at the store. So it's not that it's that far, but still. But yeah, when you have a bad day, you see 10 cars before you're even at the end of our street. So that would equal at least 30 on a bad day before you're at the shop, and say that it's close, it's about 100, 200 meters. I guess that's about right. But there the kids walk like a kilometer and they see like 10 cars. I think in that environment, I would also feel safer to let my kid go to there, pick up a thing that they picked up at the store like a load of times. And yeah, let him pay for it and let him get it back. Now there was one little boy, I believe that might have been the youngest. He was 2 or something, I believe 2 and a bit. He didn't want to go at first, but in the end he did win. And obviously the place where he needed to go, it was a dry cleaner. They were informed beforehand because they didn't ask the kid for what he was doing, basically. Well, they did ask like what they were doing and what they come to do. But they were like not like, oh, your mom said that she would send you, so could you give me that? And here you have your, I believe it was dry cleaning. So here you have the new shirt. Give me the old one, pay for it, and stuff like that. No. He made sure the kid told him, and stuff like that. But the kid literally needed to go like almost across the street and back, because from the place where they lived, you could actually see that dry cleaner. So yeah, that would I think that would be a thing that I would also be confident in sending my daughter to. As long as she doesn't need to cross a street or something. But yeah, in that case, they at the end needed to, but yeah. But I love those kind of things that show how completely different certain cultures are. So, do you have things that in the place where you're from that people in other countries are like completely in shock and horror, like, oh, I can't believe you put your child in that much danger? Because that's the thing that would be said about one thing we do here in the Netherlands. Let our child ride a bicycle without a helmet. In the region I live, you see more kids and also adults with helmets, because we have like a little bit of more hilly sides around here. But I know where I grew up, you could pick out a few tourists we had in our area because they always wear a helmet, and none of us ever did. None of us. The only people you could see wearing helmets were the like speed cyclists, like the racers, like race on like Tour de France or something like that, or mountain bikers. Because yeah, they go for extra speed or extra risk. So yeah, you don't want to fall with like high speeds. And I again need to change out my wax, so gonna do that first. Sorry, that was a bit loud. So yeah, but that's the thing that many times you also hear that if you're looking on YouTube for like things, what to expect in the Netherlands and stuff like that, like seeing kids on a bike without a helmet. Or apparently the age we send our kids to like a playground or just outdoors, out of the house, is apparently also early. Which for me is normal. Here you can see kids of like, depending a bit on the region, but they can start from like the age of 6. Where you will see them around. On a bike or on a playground or something. Without apparent clothes. Most of the times it's so far away that the parents can keep somewhat of a control. Because I know we have a playground where I can see if I stand here on our quote-unquote balcony. So you have somewhat control. But it's quite normal to see the kids of like around 8 play their football. Or well, at least play soccer. We call it football. But yeah, you see a lot of kids there. Many times without parents. And apparently that's strange. But that's also a thing that's pretty common here. So for me it isn't strange. I almost want to say it's strange when a parent is in the neighborhood. But yeah, do you have things like that where you're from? Like things that are so normal for you that if somebody else says that it's not normal, that you're like, wait, what? That's not normal? Seriously? Or that you hear on like, well, you see many things like that nowadays on YouTube, like things to expect when you go to there or there. Or culture shocks I had when I moved to there or there and stuff like that. So what are culture shock things, to see it like that, that you have where you're from? I'm always curious to see how things are in different places. I haven't been in many places, but I would love to travel more. Yeah, I'm ranting again. How long am I rambling again? Yeah, that's long enough. I have one more story and then I am going to shut up. Gosh, yeah. You know me, I'm rambling enough and I don't want to keep up too much of your time. Let me know if you want more longer videos, then I can for sure ramble on about nothing for like 2 hours if need be, but you know me, I am rambly. Sorry, not sorry. Can't help it, won't help it. But yeah, that's just me. But yeah, we have an interesting development in our household. You will hear in a little bit why I say interesting. It started out this morning. I get out of bed, nothing strange, or at least I open my eyes, start, as many people do nowadays, start looking around on my cell phone, because that's always now right next to me. Just so I could give my brain a little bit of a wake up for like 5 or 10 minutes before I jump down in the craziness that is life with 2 little kids. So yeah, I wake up and I see that I have an email from my husband. So I was like, wait, what? And I opened it and he was like, well, I had a little bit of trouble getting our garbage bin to the street. And in my mind I was like, what? And then he was like, well, there were 2 hedgehogs in the way. So again, I was like, what? Because yeah, we have woods around, but for a hedgehog to come through the woods to our place, they need to cross a pretty busy road and a moderately busy road, because we're on a road that is one of the bigger roads here in the neighborhood. So yeah, it gets traveled a lot. Let's say it like that. So yeah, you might expect that I was a little bit confused, because I never ever before had seen hedgehogs in our garden. But yeah, one scurried away as soon as my husband opened the gate. So he scared the living daylight out of him. But that saved most likely also the other one, because the other one just lay there and was like, okay, why are you running away? And then my husband was looking at it, and the hedgehog was like, oh, shoot, there's somebody here. Bull. So yeah, my husband was like, yeah, how the actual bleep? So yeah, my husband grabbed a part of a beam that we used to make that gate there, to gently like tap it a little bit, like, hey, move it, you, move it, because yeah, they're hedgehog. They are not the best animals to pick up and move. Not only because they're prickly, but also because, yeah, they many times have lice and fleas or ticks or other of those critters that you don't want to have run on yourself. So it was like trying to gently tap it with the beams to like, hey, move it, move it. But obviously the hedgehog felt like, nope, bull. So my husband was looking like, okay, his little friend is crawl in between 2 of the containers we have on the other side than where he needed to be. And when he was standing there like, yeah, what am I going to do with you? Luckily, the little one decided to basically unfold and scurry away. So yeah, he didn't need to figure out something to move him, because yeah, that animal was so much in the way that no matter how my husband tried, he could not get the garbage bin out without hurting the hedgehog. So yeah, when I came down, I was like, yeah, I'm going to take the kids down and see if I can see them with them, so I can show a hedgehog, because they both love animals. And when I say love, I mean actual love. They like, yeah, they're crazy about animals. Everything animal is good by them. So most likely for our son's birthday next week, we will go to a zoo, because we're saying to go like literally 2 years. Because we would actually go with a friend of mine when I was still pregnant with my son. But yeah, then the whole annoying bug hit and we never went. But yeah, sadly, when I went down with the kids, they were nowhere to be found. My husband came home later and was like, did you go and see them? Did you see them? I was like, no, I couldn't find them, so I think they're away. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to look. Not that I don't trust you, but I just want to look. Maybe they returned or something. And sure enough, they just sat there. Or at least one of them. He was for sure that there were 2, at least this morning. But now we can only see 1 at a time. So we don't know if they're both still in our garden or not. Or whatever, but Yeah, so we did a little bit of research on hedgehogs, and apparently they're also endangered, so we are not allowed to trap them and release them in like the woods or something. Shoot. Yeah. So it's really cute to have them in our garden, and at the same time we're like, yeah, not so cute if they're staying. Because, yeah, they're endangered. We can't relocate them. And they sit between our garbage bins, which isn't the most ideal location. But fun part is they at times catch mice, so we have those a lot there, so that's a good thing. They at least don't get into our house. So for mice control, they are allowed, for sure. I'd rather have a hedgehog than mice and spiders and stuff like that. And yeah, hedgehog catch mice and insects and spiders, so yeah, I can live with them. But they directly sit there where we need to be often, and yeah, hedgehog poo is not small, actually, so yeah. But yeah, we're now like, are they here to stay or not? Because this apparently is around the time that they wake up from hibernation, so it's like, were they actually here like all winter? And did we just never notice them because they were at the side of the containers? Like we have 3 containers in a row, which we put stuff in, 2 of them, and never get it out because we wait until it's full. One of them is wood, so we only use it in summer for our garden burning thing that we actually rarely use. The middle container, we put stuff in and get stuff out, but that's just bags that we put in there for our plastic so that mice and stuff are not, well, demolishing the bags. And we have the stuff everywhere, but we don't need the storage in house or something. So that container rarely gets moved. And the other one we have is for our like metals. So we put stuff in, but we have decent amount of metals, but not that much that, yeah, that we have like a container a month full. So many times it's just like once in a year, 2 years, that my dad picks it up and replaces it with a new one. So yeah, also that one didn't move. So yeah, we're a bit confused, like, do we now have garden hedgehogs or not? So yeah, I most likely will keep you posted. We already decided, like, if they're staying, do you need names? I told that to my husband, like, because yeah, it's not fun to say hedgehog and hedgehog the whole time we talk about them. And my husband was like, I already know one. I know names for them. So as soon as we need to name them, they have names. So I already started to call them by the names, but so yeah, one is very obvious. My husband was already joking. We need blue and red paint. Obviously, we are not going to do that. We're not really turning them into Sonic and Knuckles. We're not going to make them blue and red. But my husband was joking like, hey, Sonic is a hedgehog. He's iconic. So we can call him Sonic the Hedgehog. And the other one will be Knuckles. He looked it up and apparently he is an echidna. But my husband was like, oh, it looks close enough. So the other one will be Knuckles then. So I was like, okay, fine by me. Since I already was also thinking of Knuckles. And it would be fun to have 2 names that are like at least matching. So yeah. stay tuned for more hedgehog updates, because for now we have no clue if they will even be here tomorrow, or if they will be gone by then, or if they were here the entire winter without us knowing. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on the hedgehogs. Yeah, that was basically most of my week. The rest of this week will be... Oh no, I did something else today. I baked today again. I made a butterkoek, which is like a butter cake thing. Basically butter, sugar, vanilla sugar, an egg and flour all together and bake it. And it's pretty delicious. I need to say that I made it earlier, but apparently now I made it. The time I made it, I made it in our old house, so it was a completely different oven, and this one has its quirks. But you can test it like many other things, like poke in it, and if it comes out clean, it's good. So yeah, it was not completely cooked through, but the taste was there, so next time I'm just going to turn my oven lower a bit and put it in longer and hope for it to be better then. So yeah, I'll put in an image somewhere, like how it turned out, but it looked good. Tasted good. Wasn't completely cooked, but still tasted good. But yeah, with that being said, it is really the week done. The rest of the week will be done with also some baking, because yeah, we celebrate our birthdays this Saturday, so yay. And then next Monday, my husband and my son are actually celebrating their birthday, so we will be going out by then, most likely to the zoo, as I said, and yeah, have a fun time filled with family. So yeah, most likely I will be completely done next week. Socially done. But yeah, I am going to leave it at this because, as I said, I'm rambling enough as is, and this video is long enough as is. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, well, you know what to do. You know the drill. And I hope to see you next time. Bye!